Hey guys, Mike here. Welcome back to the channel for another gear video. This time we're going to be looking at loop pedal stuff. And it also gives me the opportunity to answer a question I'm asked all the time over on Patreon and at gigs and workshops, which is how do you compose fingerstyle guitar music? Well, one of the ways that I like to write melodies and harmonies is using a loop pedal, which is why it's a fantastic coincidence that this video today is brought to you by the good people at Boss Pedals, whom I love and adore because they have a brand new pedal called the RC-500, an awesome 2-track looper in classic Ferrari red. Let's take a look at it and let's play some music. So, as you will know, live looping has been part of guitar players and singer-songwriters and electronic musicians' arsenal for quite some time. And in fact, the acoustic guitar world has seen a huge rise in the popularity of these pedals, thanks to my fellow countryman and someone who definitely knows what lots of money feels like, Mr. Ed Sheeran. Now, Mr. Edward can hold an entire stadium of people with just his voice, his guitar, and a loop unit, which is pretty bloody impressive. Because I know that looping live is absolutely terrifying. So shout out to Ed for being an absolute legend. Now, I encountered the Boss looper pedals when I was doing the open mic night circuit. Everyone seemed to have the classic RC-20, which is kind of the 2-stomp flagship loop pedal from Boss for many years. This is why I'm really excited about the RC-500, because they seem to have taken that design and improved upon it in a way which is actually, rather selfishly, way more relevant to what I do. And as you are watching me, maybe it will be more relevant to you as well. Now, amongst the many changes and updates with this unit, the most obvious is probably the addition of the third foot switch. We now have record and play, stop, but also a track select switch on the right. Now, all of these switches can be assigned to various functions, but primarily this is a track select that will change between channels 1 and 2. Both of these have independent volume controls and can have independent effects assigned to them. Amongst all of the features in this pedal as well that I love, we have the addition of phantom power to power condenser mics. This is what I'm using in these audio demos to get a really crisp, clean acoustic guitar sound. Now, some of you might know that in the past I've gone on tour with a single stomp loop pedal. Now, this is incredibly inadvisable. I am a dum-dum and I shouldn't do this, but I used to do it for portability reasons, okay? It's fine for basic looping, but if you want to do anything remotely complex, I would absolutely advise getting something like the RC-500, for example. Now, I'm going to share with you a clip that I found on YouTube, a little bootleg clip of me playing the end of my arrangement of One by Metallica. Now, this is quite a complex loop pattern that's happening. Take a look at my legs if you can see. I've just tried to annotate where the hits are here, but there's a lot of tap dancing involved, and it makes the end of this piece incredibly stressful to perform. And as much as I love playing it, and for this whole tour that this clip was taken of, I played it every single night, when you're standing on one leg and you're hopping up and down, it just becomes a bit of a nightmare. Let's take a little look at this. So the loop's playing, I clock the loop pedal button, I'm ready for a double tap to stop, stop, hold to erase for 3 seconds, record a new loop, trigger playback, and then double tap again to stop. A lot of tap dancing going on there. Good memories of shows though, right? Alright, so let's talk about composition, and specifically let's answer the question I posed at the start of this video. How is it that I use a loop pedal in my own work? Well, fingerstyle guitar is quite a complex sounding style when you listen to the finished product, when we have melody and harmony and bass line and sometimes percussion. It can all sound quite overwhelming, actually. That's really what I'm trying to avoid when I'm making music. So I like to boil down my compositional process to the 2 fundamental elements that provide me with an emotional response. Now, those elements are melody and harmony. Now, I don't like being trapped in a box when I play the guitar, so a loop pedal provides the perfect opportunity to press a button and lay down a chord progression, and I'm going to channel my inner Ed Sheeran for this one, and then it allows me to be completely free to come up with my melody. Now once I have my melody and my chords together, and I get an emotional response from what I'm playing, then I can add the candies. Then I can finger stylize it. Fucking hell! Add some arpeggios, add some harmonies, add some little sort of counterpoint stuff, okay? And maybe a bit of percussion as well. So let's start with the meat. Let's create the emotional response. We'll see where it goes, and then we'll take it further. Now, as you can hear, the audio is exceptionally high quality. That's because the RC-500 actually records at 32-bit 96 kilohertz, which is pretty unrivaled by any other unit on the market. I'm using the condenser, I'm using my Aston Spirit plugged into the mic in with the phantom power, and I'm twinning that with my magnetic pickup, the Damasio Black Angel, running the OC5 octave pedal in polyphonic mode. I'm also using a little bit of sexy, silly strat for some atmosphere there, you may have heard, okay? But the point remains, we have our chords and we have our melody. Let's see what happens when we finger stylize it. Man, I actually really like that riff. I think I might have to use that in a song. Please let me know in the comments if you think I should use that for something. I think I'm kind of proud of that. Do you like it? Am I too full of crippling self-doubt? Anyway, let's make a new section using the second channel, because why not? So to my fellow fingerstyle guitar players out there, I really do urge you to try composing with a loop pedal. It will help your music to no end, I promise you that. Plus, it's a lot of fun. Before we wrap up, there's some other things I want to tell you quickly about the RC-500 here. We do have a whole bunch of drum beats and rhythm tracks built in. This isn't something that I use a lot, but I know most people with loop pedals tend to do that. It's a lot of fun for self-accompaniment. There's also a bunch of effects built in that you can assign to the switches, such as the sound of a needle being taken off a vinyl, that kind of record scratch that you kind of hear in movies. That's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to trying that out live, playing a tune and then at the end. Could be a lot of fun. And then something else I want to give this a shout out for that I've noticed is the actual response time when you press the buttons. What I mean by that is that you want to make sure that if you're in time, the pedal is in time. If you've got a pre-recorded loop and you want to trigger a playback and you hit that button on the beat, it's got to be in time. This is. Some other pedals in the past that I've used are not. Some close friends of mine and technicians I work with know that sometimes when I trigger a loop on the pedal that I'm using currently, I have to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and for it to come back in time. That's not a good situation to be in. I don't know why I put myself in these stupid situations, but thanks to the good guys at Boss for kind of fixing that. You guys are legends, and you guys are legends watching. If you're interested in checking out new music, which is coming very soon, do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the bell and comment and like and all that fun stuff. It really helps out the channel in this crazy world of 2021. I'm really looking forward to bringing some new music out with some really cool guest musicians soon as well. More information about this and just lots of Q&A, guitar nerdy stuff, hangouts, lessons, just general community vibes over on the Patreon page, link in the description there. I sound like a full-on YouTuber right now, so I'm going to go and have a cup of coffee and play some Mario Kart with my girlfriend. Lots of love, guys. You rock. Let's stick that little loop on from the beginning again in all its glory. Take care. Lots of love. Peace.